easy access to water is one of the major benefits of RV camping versus other types like tent camping or just basically any other alternative. So let's talk about how to get water in your RV, along with some important safety tips to protect your plumbing and ensure your drinking water is safe. So there's essentially two main ways to get water into your RV. You can either hook it up to city water or you can fill your fresh water tank. City water is basically any externally pressurized water spigot, right? Regardless of the water source. These will primarily be in campgrounds with full or partial hookups like we have here. Your fresh water tank will be your water source when either you're boondocking or during overnight stays between campsites with hookups. Now, pulling water from your fresh water tank requires you to turn on the water pump inside your RV. So make sure you keep that in mind. Now that you basically understand the difference between a city water connection and your RV's onboard fresh tank, let's talk about the basic steps for hooking up an RV to city water. Now, on most RVs, the threaded city water connection is going to be located on the driver's side or off-campsite exterior wall. It's important that you position your RV so that you have sufficient hose length to reach the water source. As mentioned in our video on camping essentials, a pair of 25-foot hoses is a smart way to go. That way you can connect them if you need the extra length, or you'll have a backup in case one of them springs a leak, which unfortunately occasionally does happen. Now, to hook up, the best practice is going to be to use a potable water hose, a water pressure regulator, a water filter, and a 90-degree elbow connector. So the first thing you want to do is connect the pressure regulator directly to the campground spigot. You'll then want to attach the water filter to the pressure regulator, then connect the female end of the hose to the water filter, and secure the 90-degree elbow to your RV city water inlet. Finally, simply attach the male end of the potable water hose to the 90-degree elbow. You'll want to ensure that all your connections are nice and tight, right? Make sure you tighten them up adequately. But there's going to be one more fail-safe to practice. So before turning on the water here at the source, you want to head inside your RV and partially open up a faucet. What this will do is eliminate potential issues with excessive water pressure if your pressure regulator malfunctions. This approach provides the maximum level of protection as the regulator protects your plumbing and fittings from excessive pressure. The filter here is going to remove debris and contaminants, and the 90-degree elbow reduces vertical strain on the city water inlet as well as your hose. Pro tip, by the way, the rubber gaskets in the female hose fittings are notorious for getting lost or damaged. So you'll always want to check that they're present and in good condition to help ensure leak-free connections between your RV water accessories. Now, before we talk about filling your fresh water tank, here's another word of caution. It's essentially a smart idea, right, to turn off the water at the source before leaving your campsite for an extended period. While it is probably going to be a little bit of a hassle to remember to turn it back on when you get back home, I promise you, it's better than going back to your camper and finding out you had a big leak while you're gone. That said, filling your fresh tank is honestly going to be even easier. Now, just like hooking up to your city water, your RV has to be positioned close enough for your hose or hoses to be able to reach. Now, you won't need a pressure regulator for this step, but it is smart to essentially use the same water filter that you use for your city water connection, again, just to make sure you're getting out all the sediment. Connect the filter to the spigot and connect the female end of your potable water hose to the filter. You want to insert the male end of your hose into your RV's fresh tank fill. Turn on the spigot, but not to full pressure. When the tank fills, the excess water cannot get out through the vent hole, which is typically a smaller hole above the larger opening, but it's not going to be able to get out as fast as you can put it in. That'll pressurize the tank and could unfortunately cause it to rupture, which obviously you don't want. So the best practice is to handle some chores inside the RV while the tank is filling, ensuring that you're keeping a close eye on the monitor panel. When the tank monitor shows that it's almost full, come out to the faucet and simply shut it off as soon as you see water begin to come out of the vent hole. Then simply remove your hose from the tank fill and replace the fill cap. Now, to use water from the fresh tank, as we talked about earlier, you'll want to turn on your water pump using the wall switch inside your RV. What this essentially does is it'll pressurize the lines and it'll allow you to use your faucet, the shower, toilets, everything else essentially you want to use. As a best practice, it's smart to turn off the water pump when you're done with it, and that'll just help avoid any unnecessary cycling, especially if you have a small leak. And that's really all there is as far as the basics of getting water into your RV. But before I leave, I do just want to give you a few tips on safety and maintenance. First, you want to make sure you clear all water from your hoses, filters, and regulators before you store them, because that'll help just reduce the chances of any kind of microbe or mold growth or water damage in your pass-through compartments. Second, the screen washer at the city water inlet is there to catch larger contaminants, but even if it isn't completely clogged, it can still restrict water flow. So it should honestly be a part of your pre-trip maintenance to remove, clean, and reinstall that washer. Your RV's water system should be sanitized regularly, folks. Honestly, most manufacturers recommend doing it before each trip, but at the very least, you need to sanitize it annually. I do have a full video on that process, and I will leave a link in the description below. Finally, campground water quality varies dramatically, both in terms of water pressure and the presence of minerals or other contaminants. So while you can technically get water into your RV using only a potable water hose, the method that I mentioned above is going to provide the maximum level of protection for your RV and your camping party. With that, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on getting water into your RV, and if you did, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you can be one of the first to see future tutorial videos. Thanks for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and until next time, we'll see you.